I'm standing in Chicago O'Hare Airport. It was an interesting morning, to say the least. We got up about 3:30 and we drove. We got ready and left about 4:15. Drove down to pick up Debbie. Debbie was going to bring our car back and park it in Grandma's garage. And then at the end of our trip, Michelle is going to go pick up the car and come down and pick us up, and then we'll bring her back home. That way we didn't have to park the car at the airport. Anyway, got down to Debbie's house about 30 minutes, about halfway between our house and the airport. And guess what? I forgot my phone. And I thought, oh man, we had 2 hours. And I thought, maybe I can go without it. But then I realized all the reservations, everything we got is on my phone. In the old days, I'd print out all the paperwork and have it. But now it's all on my phone. So we picked up Debbie, drove back to the house, got my phone, and then we turned around and headed back to the airport. So instead of arriving at the airport at, about 5 o'clock, which is what I planned, that would have given us 2 hours because our flight left at 6:55, right at 7 o'clock. We got there at 5:55. Luckily, there was no line at the airport. We got right up to the American airline desk, got our bags checked, and they're checked all the way through Tromso. And then we went through TSA, nobody in TSA. So we got to the airline just as they started boarding, and that was good. And so then we get to O'Hare, and we both have to go to the restroom, and we do that. And then we have to walk from Terminal 3 all the way to Terminal 1, which is a nice walk. And as we get there, Tanya reaches down to get a drink of her water from her water bottle, and she had left it in the restroom. So now she is headed back to that restroom to see if she can find it. If not, we'll have to buy her another water bottle. Our flight to Frankfurt, Germany leaves at 4:40 Central Time. And that flight is about, I think, 8 to 9 hours. So that's our longest flight of the whole trip. And then after we arrive in Frankfurt, we have a couple hour layover, and then we fly to northern Norway. And that will be about a 2-3 hour flight. Then we're there. And then we go to temperatures in the 30s, 40s, maybe upper 50s if we get lucky. Anyway, the beginning of a 2-week trip. Calling it our Arctic Cruise. So we were supposed to catch our flight at 9:55 our Germany time, and we missed it because the flight we came in on Chicago was almost an hour late. So now we're standing in line for Lufthansa customer service, trying to get our flight rebooked so we can get to Tromso before the cruise starts on Monday. So this whole thing started out with me forgetting my phone, running to thing, and then just running and running. It's like it's been quite an interesting day. Now we're just trying to rebook everything and make it up to where our cruise starts. I have to tell you though, going through this airport, Frankfurt, I've decided Salt Lake is easy compared to this airport. We had to come from what terminal did we come in on? We had to catch a shuttle bus, and we had to come to the terminal where our flight was. And then we had to walk all the way to the end of the terminal to go through the passport. And then once we got through the passport line, then we had to go down the stairs and walk all the way back to where we came in at on the lower level to catch our flight. We got in, we had like 50 minutes to catch our flight, and we couldn't do it because of all the airport and everything. Anyway, just thought I would give you a little update on where we are and what we're doing. So we'll see what happens between now and Monday. Talk to you later. All right, here we are sitting at gate A50 in Frankfurt. So here's what happened. We waited an hour and a half. Customer service for Lufthansa. Get up there, and they're trying to figure out how to get us to Tromso. And we were thinking we were having to go next day, tomorrow, but the lady was able to get us on a flight at 12:55 today, flying to Oslo, Norway. Then we get off the flight there, and we catch a flight to Tromso. And we should be able to get into Tromso around 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. That is our agenda for today. And I'm tired. And you know, we've been running a lot, up and down and around. So all I can say is, I don't want to be sitting next to me in an airplane right now. Poor Tanya, she gets to sit next to me. See, we're now in Oslo, Norway. We got rerouted from Frankfurt because we missed our connection. So now we're in Oslo waiting to catch our final flight from Oslo to Tromso. So this has been a long 24 hours for us. And it's our 5th plane ride in that 24-hour period. So yes, we're going to get to Tromso today. We're going to get there, let's see, about 6-7 hours later than we had anticipated, but we're going to get there. So I will let you know once we get there, maybe something tomorrow. Bye. The final one for today. It is now 9:55. Tanya keeps trying to, there she is. It is 9:55, Tromso, Norway time. It's called Eastern Central, or no, European Central Standard Time. And we are in our little hotel room in Tromso. It's really very little, but it's got 2 beds and 2 twin beds, and that's really all we need right now because we are both tired. And we made it. We made it to Oslo. Once they rescheduled everything, we got to Oslo, and we were praying that our luggage made it, and it did. So then we had to, because we changed airlines, they had to give us a separate airline, Lufthansa, and we changed over to SAS, which is Scandinavian Airlines. We had to grab our luggage. We had to exit, get our luggage. We had to recheck it, and we had to go back through security in Oslo, which wasn't bad because Oslo is a very small airport. And we made it with about an hour to spare in Oslo. The flight from Oslo to Tromso was about 2 hours, and we are now here. It is 9:57 right now. To give you an idea of what we're going to get for the next couple weeks, look outside. I don't believe the sun, we'll get maybe a sunset around midnight, 1 o'clock, but the sun was still up at 9:30. We came over here, and the buildings across the street, you can see it's still very light outside. So we have our curtains we will have to use, otherwise Tanya will not be able to sleep. And we made it. We were about, I think, 5, maybe 6 hours, maybe 7 hours later than we had it planned for. But the good thing is we made it, we checked in, and we are getting ready for bed. And I had to shower. Tanya couldn't stand to be around me anymore. All the sweating and the running and everything. I had become a little bit sour for the day. But we're both refreshed. Maybe we're going to go out on the town now. after what, 30 hours of in the air and all that. Go out on the town and celebrate that we made it. So I'm just going to swing you around here and look at it. And there's Tanya. So everybody have a great evening. And we have already had a great evening because we made it.
With luggage.
With luggage. And the luggage made it. That was actually, it was a minor miracle that we got our luggage.
It was a Christmas miracle.
It was great.